name Amin. In this video I will show you how to download Senpai codes, WordPress theme test, and explain the file structure and which file or directories you will be modifying most of the time. For my setup, I use WSL, Windows subsystem for Linux, and have new WordPress installation under localhost /test. As you can see, there is an already admin account logged in on this installation. If we navigate to HTML test WP content teams, so this is the teams directory for the WordPress installation. Okay. So now we have only the 2023 WordPress theme installed. If we can go here, appearance theme, there is only one theme installed on this WordPress. So we go to the GitHub link. You can find it on to this video description. Copy. We are within the working directory. As you can see, under the themes directory, git clone, Ctrl+Shift+V. So now we have the test theme downloaded within our WordPress website. Okay. Now this is the theme files. If we go just to verify if it's installed correctly, let's reload this file. This is the theme. Now it's activated. Okay, once you have the theme installed and activated, you can open and view the theme codes with your preferred code editor. For this video, I will use Visual Studio Code. For the entry file, as all the WordPress themes, we have the functions.php. That will load our theme dependency and activation deactivation logic. For example, this is a custom logger that will redirect all the log file within the themes directory and keep the most X days recent log files within that directory. This is Senpai production. This is a global variable that will hold like true or false. You can build your logic within, like for load different files or classes or any logic you prefer. Okay. Also, we have the package.json on the root directory of the theme, which is a node package manager, like for short npm. This file, we only use it here for automate some stuff, like for example, this for example, this command, if we want to run a bundle command, it will remove the node packages from within the theme directory, and also exclude the GitHub file tracker, some more files, remove the logs, remove the vendor. In case, for example, for production, you can make the vendor folder outside of the root directory of your website, and that will increase the security level. and then bundle it within a zip file and move it to, in my case, mount D drive documents. Okay, so if we move forward to the most important directory, which will be, most of the work will be within, we have includes and admin and public directory. We're going to start with the includes directory. First, we have the activation class, which this class is run once upon the theme activation. As you can see, we have like this public static method that's responsible for initiating the directories. Then we have the cron job scheduler. If we have custom rules within our team, we put them within this method. If we want to initialize additional database tables, that also can go through this method. We can put them all within the same activate method. It's just a better way to organize each functionality or stuff within their methods. When your logic or your code grow exponentially, that way you will find it will be much easier to debug and do optimization and stuff like that. Okay, then we have the API class, which in this class is just it's already come with two routes like get test and post test, and they are exactly as they defined as. We can make an API call to our WordPress website for this endpoints, and here is the, for example, the get the callback method get test data. This is the method that's responsible for returning the response. As you can see, there is some validation example with the token. The token is passed through the header and verify this static string token, otherwise it's returned 401 error code. There is no validation with the post. For more information on this method, there is a link you can go through to read more about all the parameter that's passed through this method and stuff like that. Next, we have the blocks class, which is a class that's been like optimized within this team. It's still under construction, but it's the purpose of this class is to load Gutenberg classes for the new WordPress editor. As you can see, there is a Senpai block already by default that's been registered. This is a category. We can add a custom category within this method. Load block. As you can see, the block name and so on. A comment walker. This method is for registering the custom comment walker for your team. Okay. Customizer. The customizer is referring to, this is the customizer. You can edit the entries and edit settings on this page through that class. Deactivator, which is, as the name say, it's this one. This class is running once upon the deactivation of the theme. You can remove the cron jobs, remove data table, remove receipt roles, do all the logic you want to do upon the activation. Error log. We're not going to modify this much. This is not a class. This is a method or function. It's used to edit more level of the for the logs. For example, once you use Senpai logs and pass the variable you want to log, it will show the file, the line, the type of the variable, and the actual content of the variable between the start logger, the time, and logger, also the time. Feature. This is responsible for edit the support for the team, which we can see here. For example, by default, title tag, custom logo, post thumbnail, customize selector, flash widget, HTML5, and many other features. The I18N class, this is responsible for initialization, JSON. This is an adapter is used to push it. It's used the WordPress options, but in addition to that, it have a wrapper to return or handle those options as a JSON object. It came in handies for global variables and stuff like that. Also, it have the methods like get all, get one method, set the setter, all of these. This is an internal method. Save, it's running internally. Reset to remove the actual thing. This is, you won't be modifying this class. This is responsible to convert the WordPress like edit hooks, edit filter to an OOP way, object-oriented programming. Metabox, there is an already example. Here's the WordPress developer reference for what is a metabox, which is, let's see, screens. It will be shown on the page. If we did a quick peek on the metabox, okay, here is the metabox. Nav walker, similar to the comment walker, but it is responsible for the navigation. You can edit all the styling, all the stuff like start element, end element, start level, end level, and you do it whatever your theme or the front end structure of your website. Notice this is a helper class that added the, here's an example how to initialize an instance of this class and set a notice. For example, depending which screen, the type of the notice, access error warning, info, default, the screens you want the notice to be shown on, is dismissible. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4, the third setting. RSG, random string generator. This is also a helper class, similar to the JSON. This added random string generator. You can use it to regenerate tokens and stuff like that. For example, verification email or access links with appending token to verify later. You can do it through this. Shortcodes. This class added the shortcode support. You can, for example, there is a shortcode already, added shortcodes, Senpai shortcodes. Shortcode is live. This is what's this class for. Widgets. This one. render info widget. Widgets are the boxes that are shown on the dashboard. This is called a widget. There is, for example, this widget is showing your public IPv4, which I blurred this, and we have the server time. Finally, which we will have the main team class, which is responsible for loading all the dependency and register the action and the filters for your team. For example, if you added an additional class, let's say class for generating an email or doing custom functionality, you load that class in this method, and then this method is for defining the theme features, like added, for example, a nav menu location, added the widget location, and so on. Here, this method, it's for defining the admin hooks. For example, if you want to, this example, if you want to add an Ajax endpoint with its handler, you can do it through this method. Similar for the public hooks, the admin hooks are defined for all the custom workflow or the programming you want to do on this area. For the public hooks, which will be defined by default, as you can see, we have enqueue scripts, enqueues like styles, the init function for loading the shortcode, register the endpoint for the REST API. As you can see, this is the instance of the theme API. This is the instance for this theme shortcodes and the method that we want to call. And of course, this is the hook. Okay. Let me show. The hook, the component, the callback, the priority, the accepted arguments. Okay. Next, we can move to the public directory, which will hold, for example, this is the public class. This method is responsible for enqueuing the styles, enqueuing the scripts. As you can see, we have already some style and scripts like JavaScript. We use Webpack 5 with Tailwind by default. If we cd enter within the public directory, and then we click npm install. Now we have npm we run npm start. This is the start, npx webpack watch. Okay. As you can see, this is the Webpack definition. We have both main.js and public.js. This is the main.js which is loading jQuery, SweetAlert, JS overlay, and the style.css. If we click F12, this is the main is ready, public is ready, and this is the nonsense stuff that's put. Yeah, this is what's showing. Let's see. Oh, as you can see, while the Webpack is running, those are the files that will be loaded by the WordPress team. The source directory, which we will be working within most of the time, but as you can see, this directory will hold all the method that we are going to, like all the files, but optimized and minified. That's the best way to put it. It's not readable. I will be showing on future videos and example how to edit additional, like for example to load an additional separate JavaScript file, or import multiple JavaScript file for optimization and stuff like that, and localize. As you can see, we have this like the localized script, which is a global JavaScript file that the WordPress PHP will pass it to the JavaScript so we can use it later. For example, we can use it to create a nonce or pass the Ajax URL. This came in handy when you test between different environment, like your WordPress website will be changing within the time, or different environment, for example, development, staging, production, and so on. Okay. Finally, the admin directory, which is the same as public, have like its own webpack configuration for and file entries within source, the src folder, partials, which will hold most of the time like small amount of data. Here is the info widget, like it's holding the initial loader or HTML. Sometimes we put a little bit of PHP within those partial files. This is the notice, like partial file, and of course this distribution, like this holds the CSS and the JavaScript, the generated by Webpack CSS and JavaScript. So npm install and npm start. As you can see, let's go through, for example, setting. I don't mind this autocomplete. This is just GitHub disabled globally, GitHub autopilot. So yeah, and that's it for this introduction video. Thank you for watching until the end, and happy coding. Bye.